Good morning, welcome to Yes You Can. My name is Lotanna Okoye. I'm glad to welcome you to this special session of Yes You Can as we commence a new session on leadership. And this season, we're going to be broadcasting for a very long time on leadership, of course, exposing you to the principles of leadership and, of course, what we want in this season. We find ourselves in a very important season where the nation Nigeria is seeking for the best of the kind of leader we want, right? It's not just any kind of a person. We are looking forward to have the best at a time like this. The nation Nigeria is faced with the quest for destiny. We are at that point where we just want the best and not any option. All right, so we're going to be looking at leadership in this series so you can understand who you're supposed to be, even as a follower, even as a manager, even as a leader of a home, even as a leader of an organization. Who are you supposed to be as we look out for the bigger level that has to do with national leadership? Of course, you understand that leadership is in phases and in levels. All right, we have the self leadership, it has to do with self mastering. After that, we have what we call the one-on-one leadership, where you can influence one person at a time. But not just that, we also have the small group leadership, where you lead a little group of people, of course, give them the privilege to grow under your leadership. And then we have organizational leadership. These are the levels of leadership. You have the organizational leadership, where also people allow you to lead them, you have influence over them, and then you build men and organizational structure under you. But not just that, we have what we call the national leadership, which is the highest level of leadership, where you now become the leader of a nation, probably the Senate or House of Assembly or something. Of course, you now use national resources to influence and to do good to the people. So remember, it doesn't have to start with national leadership. It starts from personal leadership. And when you have been able to contain your excesses, when you've been able to put yourself under self-mastery, you're able to lead and influence people one-on-one. You're able to lead small group. You're able to lead an organization before stepping into the national level. So if you're leading an organization today, you're on the pathway to greatness. And then you will need to know the principles that are required for you to grow your capacity and get there. First of all, I want to say that leadership is influence. John C. Maxwell described leadership as influence. Your ability to live an exemplary life and then use that to influence other people that are around you. It has nothing to do with the position you have, right? Leadership is not position. If you don't have the right set of values, if you don't have the right character, you will be a positional leader that influences nobody. And on the long run, you're going to be witnessing a lot of rebellion under your leadership because you are saying something you are not doing. Some people say, do what I say and not what I do. No, we will do what you say and what you do. Very important, because your lifestyle is very important. What you portray is very important. So what we're looking at this morning is how can you become that leader that people want to follow? How can you become that leader that when you say something, everybody wants to do what you said because they see you doing that, and it's very important. So this morning you're welcome, and it's going to be a series. So I would love for you, if you're a manager, if you're a supervisor, if you are into leading people, this is the best channel for you now to tune on. And of course, every day you get tips like this. Okay, now leadership is influenced by John C. Maxwell. My own personal definition that leadership is living 70% of your life for others. Living 70% of your life for others. Now, when we talk about leadership, it's leading the sheep. Leading the sheep. It has nothing per se to do. It's not about you. We are not discussing you. We are discussing you that have built yourself to a level, your ability now to not influence somebody, to now carry people along, to now help people change the way they think, and of course empower people to become all God has called them to be on planet Earth. So it has a whole lot to do with you living a life of sacrifice, a sacrificial life that now influences others to be at their best. You must think in this pattern. I do say that the beginning or the genesis of smallness is selfishness. The genesis of smallness is selfishness, where all your attention is on yourself, what you can benefit, what you can gain from people. That is all your attention. Then you are heading to poverty. You are heading to smallness. Leadership is about liberality. You're able to empower people. It's about giving out. It's about empowering others. It has nothing to do with you. The only part that has to do with you is your ability to build yourself and to make yourself. Of course, stay under tutorship so that others too can help you. All right? So it's very important. So it's living 70% of your life for others. My friend Lotanna Okoye says that leadership is responsibility. And responsibility is responding to your ability. There is something inside of you that is yearning for manifestation. There is something inside of you that wants to be expressed. And not just about you, it has to do with other people. Or, of course, becoming a solution to other people. So that is leadership. It has nothing to do with you being the president, the governor, the senator, and all of that. We're going to get to that, right? But it starts with you bringing yourself under set of values, set of principles, and set of rules. This is very important. So I will talk to you this morning about the 5 elements of leadership. The 5 elements of leadership. Number 1, leadership must start from you. It must start from you. It's not about any other person. It starts from you first. Your ability to put yourself under control, your value system, the character you portray, the virtue you carry. This is very important. What have you built into yourself? What kind of lifestyle do you have? What are you doing to yourself? It's very important. You look at yourself, look at your life, look at your values, look at the things people say about you, right? And then begin to correct certain things. So leadership starts with you. How do you think as a person? Do you see yourself as a solution to your world? Do you see yourself as someone that has come here for a reason? Or are you here to just receive and go? Many people walk on this planet Earth without leaving one single mark of their coming, and it's very dangerous. You were sent here for a reason. The manifestation of that reason should be your number 1 drive. What am I sent here to do? What exactly am I sent here to do? Who am I sent here to lead? These are questions that should resonate, and of course in your spirit you should think about that. Number 2, there must be a direction. There must be a direction. There's nothing called leadership without direction. The question is, where are we going? If we follow you, where are we going? It's just like the national issues we have now in this nation, Nigeria. The question is, all those people asking us to vote for them, where are we going? And it's not just about articulating on paper, what have you done, your antecedents. It must be clear of who you've been all this while. We want to know who you've been all this while. We want to see the example you portray. We want to see the kind of lifestyle you've lived. We want to see the people you've raised. We want to see the projects you've done. So it's not just about you amassing wealth. It's not just about you sitting down and just talking. It has a whole lot to do with the value system, what governs you, what rules you. Of course, what even comes out of you? Do you give people hope? All right? So there is a whole lot that has to do with leadership. There must be direction. There must be direction. Where are we going to? If we follow you, where are we going? You are the boss in that office. Where are you leading that organization to? You are the MD of that company. What are you doing? Where are you leading people to? I know you have organizational vision. It's written on the wall. Do you really know the vision? Are you driving the vision? Are you explaining the vision? Are people following you? Of course, the staff, do they understand what the vision is all about? So it takes a lot to be a leader. It's not just sitting down as a manager or whatever, turning the seat around and then you are relaxed. It takes quite a whole lot. So get ready because a whole lot will be broken down in this season for you. We're going to be explaining, understanding a whole lot. Now, leadership involves other people. It involves other people. If you can do it alone, then you are just taking a walk. So you need to give people the privilege and the opportunity. You have to believe in people. You have to trust people. You have to give people opportunity to exercise who they are, manifest who they are around you. And of course, if you are that leader that nobody can speak around you, nobody can express himself around you, then you are a tyrant and you have nothing to offer. So over time, you give people privilege. Even when they make mistakes, you correct them in their mistake. You take your time to build them. So leadership has to do with people. People. There is nothing you can do. There is no manifestation that is very tangible without people. You must get people around you. The people perish because of lack of vision, but vision also perish for lack of people. Wherever you don't have people watch, there is a perishing around there. So allow people, grow under your leadership. Allow people to express themselves. Allow people to air their opinion in a more respectful way. Even when you have the decision, even when you have the final say, give them the privilege to do something. So leadership has to do with people. There must be people. And of course, there must be a price to pay. There is a price to always pay for any great feat. So if you say you're a leader, the first thing you're going to do is to live by example, to pay the required price. If you say come on time, then you have to be there on time. If you say do this, then you have to do that. So obedience to your own rules and regulation is important. So all these things are key in leadership. You have to look at them, and of course, finally, there must be recognition of values. There must be recognition of values. What are the things that rules you? What are the things that governs you as a leader? Now, those values you exhibit are the things people are looking at. These are the things they are learning, and after a while, they begin to do exactly the things you do, the way you act, the way you talk. That's why sometimes when you stay under a leader for a long time, people can now say, wow, you talk like your leader, you act like your leader. You know why? You have started imbibing the values of your leader. So, Mr. MD, you need to check your action. You need to check the way you talk. You need to check the things you think about. Are you strategic in your thinking? Are you lazy in the way you think? And you want your staff to be strategic in their thinking. It's not going to work. You have to be strategic yourself. You have to toughen your mind. You have to know that everything is possible. So if you want them to produce results, you want them to become peak performance, then you yourself, you need to brace them up. So it starts with you. And of course, it does not end with you. Listen, you can make the difference. You can be the best. It requires work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your mind, and then grow your capacity and grow the capacity of the people around you. And this is how you build a great team for yourself. And we're going to be continuing on this, part from tomorrow. A whole lot is coming out. This station is your station, and Yes You Can is your program. Subscribe to the Leadership Television and make sure you share this video with a whole lot of your friends. Get them on board. And of course, if you are a manager, get all your staff to be on board. Encourage them to listen to this station and the things we're producing every day. I want to ask God to bless you, and always remember, you can make the difference. You are just the best, and you have a great destiny ahead of you. Have a great day.